Music, you got to have the music.
Huh?
You...
Why are you carrying it?
No, I'm not... What? Because...
You've got removal men down there.
Sorry, I'm going to kiss it. Is it that?
You could have let them carry it.
No.
No. We moved to the Heygate in 1973. Oh, it was lovely.
Lovely, yeah.
Knew all my neighbours. Mary next door, we used to call her Sweary Mary because she swore a lot.
No.
And no, it was Irene first and then Sweary Mary. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
It does.
Everybody was friendly. I mean, I had 5 children. They were all friends with the other lads on the estate. Enid's children grew up with mine as well. So it was a real community, you know. Nearly everyone knew everyone else. I mean, you weren't in each other's pockets, but you knew people.
Everybody used to be out the back garden there talking to each other. I mean, we had Len and Mrs. Hayes, and then there was Chris.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Flo, she used to shout over to me from the window there, didn't she?
Yeah, talked out.
I'll be down in a minute, you know, and we'd shout each other back. But it was like that, you know, a lovely community. And now it's sad because we're all being scattered, so... No one in the Maisonettes wanted to move. Can't blame people that lived in the tall blocks when the lifts was breaking down, etc.
They were shut off.
Yeah.
Because my sister, she was living on the 11th floor.
Was it 11th?
And had no lift for 18 months because the council would not repair the lifts. I mean, the last time they decorated around here, I mean, any outside decorations was 1974.
Yeah.
You know, how did they expect...
Just never done nothing with it.
Talking about paint, you know, falling off of the walls and the walkways. Yeah. I mean, this property here was painted once.
Yeah.
In the length of time we've been here.
Lived here.
That's the outside paintwork now. Painted once.
Yeah.
The council done it once. And the last time they'd done it was just before the Silver Jubilee in 77. Just to tell you, and they didn't even get around to us. They ran out of money.
Yeah, our block was the only one that wasn't done, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. They ran, well, that part of that block over there and this block, they ran out of money. They always do anyway.
Yeah.
So the council runs out of money regular.
Just don't run them down too much.
No, I don't give a hang about... Yeah.
I always thought that the council would have some difficulty getting rid of Heygate, simply because Heygate was a very integrated scheme. Not only are the walkways integrated, it had a district heating scheme. If you cut off the district heating scheme, and I've heard that that's what happened, well, it is a sort of I don't know about moral blackmail, but it's some form of blackmail to encourage people to go.
We're supposed to put heaters in here and they never give no heaters. 10 days now, no water, no washing, you know, we're wiping down with wipes. That's what we're doing. You can't wash upstairs, can you? Cold water.
I feel sorry for families still left on the estate. At least we're going today.
Those things, Mum. Those records.
They might be worth something. I don't know what they are. They're brand new. They've never been used. I don't know.
Why did you get them?
I don't know. What music is it?
The piano of Richard Caden.
I don't even know where they come from. Maybe they're your fathers.
The Reader's Digest stuff. Remember when Dad was sent all
Was
those
it?
Reader's Digest stuff that they just wouldn't stop sending him?
I'll leave her here then. Somebody might want her.
The area which we had to redevelop was mostly very tall, very nasty tenement blocks. There were not enough qualified tradesmen, particularly bricklayers, to build the houses in enough quantity and indeed in enough time. And so it was decided that you should have some form of what was called industrialised building.
I even worked on this site, worked with Langs. They were just building the concrete walls and then dropping the slabs and building up, you know, like a pack of cards really. But it was the go then, you know. It's a quicker way. It was a quicker way of building.
Many people didn't have their own flat. An awful lot of things. They had a room and they would share a bathroom and share a kitchen in a property. And our aim was to provide, quite clearly, to provide the potential for a community. I mean, architects can't actually create communities. I mean, communities can occur in the most unfortunate circumstances. Indeed, a community can come together by the very fact that the environment is lousy and they want to make it better. So, no, we didn't set out to create a community. We set out to provide a reasonable environment for particularly families, but the point being that children could play outside to grow up and not just be, as it were, restricted in early development.
Some people look at the place and say, oh, it's a dump. But it wasn't a dump when we moved here, compared to what we had lived in before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When you think Munton Road, I mean, some people have said, ooh, the old buildings was better. But what, washing in a sink with a scrubbing board? And you don't want to go backwards, you want to go forwards, don't you? You should have lived here back in the early 70s and knew the community.
Yeah, it was a good community.
To knock it that they were slums and the children could never come to anything living on places like that. I've got 5 children. One of them is a pharmacist, another one's an engineer, another one's a mechanic. You know, Sarah's been through university. Yeah. My children come to something. We considered ourselves very fortunate to have a place like this. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we are sad about leaving it, even though we've got a decent place to move to now. There's still memories tied up here. My daughter was born here. You know, it's memories, isn't it, that you've got to leave behind. Yeah. And, you know, although it's a concrete jungle to some people, when I look out my kitchen window and I'm busy washing, you can see all the blossoms, and it's like being in the country when you look out of your window. And I will miss that when I move. I'll miss that terrible.
What about you, Larry? What will you miss?
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing really, will you?
What do you mean, nothing?
No, because you're not as sociable as me.
Not sociable as you.
You're sort of shy, reserved,
you talk to the
you
devil,
wouldn't
you
think
would.
it, but well, if I had to talk to him, I suppose I would. No, but you are more. You don't make friends very easy, do you? He's sort of shy, really. You don't look it, but he is. You were shy when I met you. What are you talking about? I brought you out of your shell.
Well, have you been on the buses today?
No, not yet. They were building opposite the cafe that I worked in, and they used to come in for lunch. It was actually his brother-in-law that set us up. He said, there's a young man out there who wants to take you out tonight. So we went to see Summer Holiday, didn't we? Cliff Richard in the pictures. So yes, that's how we met, wasn't it? I was serving you breakfast even before I married you. Hello? 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 Sense of stress in my voice, I know, Dave. Oh, God, I am stressed. The council's just arrived to start shifting us out, and your father's gone down the house. But, no, I've had floods of tears this morning, Dave, but, yeah, there's nothing you can do. At least I know some of the poor beggars that still haven't got nowhere to go. You didn't want to decorate your place, you didn't want new carpets, because from 1997, we were told we'd be out by 2000.
So that we had 3 years.
And it took 10 years more on top of that. Everything was up in the air. I mean, I wasn't sleeping. Everything. I was miserable, wasn't I, babe?
You are
and
miserable.
you was miserable too.
Oh. Bringing these to dry me dog when I battle. Stools in the wainscot.
That bed is to benefit my health, and now they can't. They're saying they can't take it.
That'll be alright, won't have to take off the mirror, I don't think.
Oh, look what the gas bloke found. He was wedged up under the drawer. It must have fallen out of the drawer. It's never been used.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't know. Such is life. How are we going to carry these out?
And then the eggs.
5 eggs
I'm
on the
going to
window.
fire the eggs at the council fella when he comes around.
Yeah. I've left 5 eggs on the window.
No.
Good. Slightly dark, yeah. Right.
You were supposed to move us. That's the acceptance. You were supposed to move us. And we were supposed to have an electrician here. That was it. To dismantle the bed. We knew there was a man. He got on his fucking knees. Hello, George.
Why did you try?
No, it has to go. The bed has to go. That's your bed. Over £1,000
They
with a
can't
fucking
get
bed.
us in, like, can they?
Over fucking £1,000.
Right. He said it will go. He said it will.
Is there another bit to go upstairs? Oh, this is the bit. Oh, is it empty?
Silly cow. He's broke his hand. He's burning on. You'll have to go to the hospital. You shouldn't have tried helping him, that. It's not our doing. They are moving us.
No, they were going without the bed. They were going without
And I
the bed.
told you I wasn't leaving until they sorted it out, didn't I? I got the bag in my hand to do it.
My understanding is that once the council decided that it was going to have this major redevelopment, it had to, in effect, decant that lovely phrase, everybody, scatter them to the four winds. Not surprisingly, I think, it was the high blocks and the small flats were decanted more quickly because there weren't the families there. And then what happened was that they had to make use of those units in the short term. And so they put in there people desperate for housing. Those were people who had inevitably all sorts of problems. And also they had no immediate links to the community. So it is hardly surprising that it got a less good reputation.
They started moving families out and move people in. Some people was coming in there for like what was it?
Temporary housing.
Temporary housing.
Yeah.
And they were using it like they were in there maybe 6 months, 10 months, a year.
But I mean, those tall blocks, I mean, you'd get them throwing chip fat out of the window. Dirty child's nappies, and I mean, the likes of us would never treat a place like that, you know. You'd find hypodermic needles around the tall blocks, you know, with children going around in the lift shafts. I mean, you had none of that years ago. And that's how bad it went down in, I'd say the last 7 years was the worst, wasn't it? Last 7 years.
Yeah.
It just went deeper and deeper into disrepair, and I think the council just thought, well, let's let it go.
Oh, God.
Isn't there something on this reasons for move in its region?
Regen or decant.
Regen, yeah.
Regen kicking us out.
No, not at all. They're improving the lives of the residents of SE17.
They've not improved the lives because I was dealt a damn deal 3 times with crap property.
Right.
Yeah.
But then this new
Cracked
one,
walls.
you're in East Dulwich, eh?
It was filthy
Eh?
dirty.
The
when
lady
I
from
went to view
Grantham
it,
used to
but
live there, didn't she?
It was filthy
Margaret Thatcher
dirty
used
when
to
I
live down
moved
there, eh? The lady from Grantham.
I'm not
And I can
it was
see
filthy.
I can see the similarities, eh?
Yeah.
All you need is the big handbag and the pearls, and
Yeah.
it'd be a dead ringer for her.
But
You've cleaned it up now.
it was the better of what we had been offered, and that's the God's honest truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we deserve a thank you then.
No, I'm not thanking you because you're still pushing me out. I'd stay here. You think
I tell you, the regeneration project is going to enhance the lives of the
But
residents.
how is it going to enhance the life? You promised us better homes. Where were they built? You're trying to get rid of your rubbish.
No.
You bloody are.
No.
Yes,
I
you are.
refute that on camera. This is a TT1. It's the termination of tenancy,
Yeah.
saying that you're giving up this tenancy. We will hand that in, and it releases the £4,800.
But if I sign this now, you'll boot me out before my bed's sorted.
Your bird.
Bed.
Confirmed that will be soon.
Bed.
For your.
No, all right.
Okay, there's that. There's that.
But where's
that
proof
doesn't work.
that if my bed doesn't get in that place, that you're going to compensate me?
What you would do?
I want proof. I said I'm signing that.
How can I? Well, don't sign it. You won't get your £4,800.
We've spent more than that trying to move. I've lost more than that as well.
Well, you lose a lot more if you don't get your money there.
Where do I sign here?
On the dotted line.
Sign me bloody life away.
Oh no.
This is it. The bowl of fruit goes last. Isn't that right, lad? In goes the bowl of fruit. They might mean that when I get down there. That's it. Locked up. That's it.
All done.
That's it. All ready. All ready.
Well, let's see your Chaplin impression.
Is that it? You give him the keys.
I'm pushing me luck.
No.
She wants to do it when she's gone through the door.
Yeah.
Come on, let's.
Well, that's it.
Goodbye, house. Oh,
Goodbye.
there's my Turkish lucky thing.
Huh? What's that?
She's got a lucky Turkish thing.
Oh, so Turkish.
Is it lucky? I'm
don't know.
leaving my own.
We can have the keys now. You can have your egg back. Come on, give us our keys.
Yeah.
He's waiting to throw one at the van when I drive out.
Thank you very much, and
Anyway.
best of luck in your new home.
Anyway, thank you.
Best of luck in your new home.
All the best, man. Yeah, no
It's been a
problem.
real pleasure. And if
Thank
your
you.
bed doesn't work, call us.
Come on. No, she don't want to come.
Yeah.
Come on, babe.
Come on. You got to move on, Lee.
If she don't want to go, she... Come on, we got to go. Come on.
Come on, that's
sweetie.
it, that's it, that's it,
Let's keep going.
that's it.
Good girl, good girl.
She knows she's not going for a walk. She knows it's.
Come
I
on,
bet go
babe.
she craps on my leg in protest.
Cheerio, anyway.
Take care. You'll hear from us in a couple of weeks.
Right.
We will call you.
And I'll call you too.
I know.
My bed don't get it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, we'll call you in a couple of hours.
Take care.
Bye, lady. Enjoy your lovely. No. See,
This is the tiger room. She never gets rid of any of the tigers. Everything is in here and downstairs. I thought she'd get rid of someone, but she didn't. And the famous bed.
We all got stressed and falling out and upset over the move. I mean, you can't say that, you know, if I hadn't moved, she'd still be with me. You can't say that because she was suffering from arthritis, but she was still quite lively until we moved.
Up here, in the corner here, you got her. This is lady's spot. That's where she was, in the corner, and I just put a big square around. That's it, where she was lying, and that's it. And I put her ashes in there, and Jan got a flower, a white flower, because lady was white. We moved from White's Estate onto the Heygate in 1973. So something was built, and occupied, in the 70s. It's a...
Well, they're not old, are they? They're not old. There was nothing said about, well, you'll only be 28 years in this place, 30 years.
30 odd years.
Yeah.
It was normally assumed that the buildings would last for at least 60 years. And that was the basis on which money was borrowed by the council. We always assumed they would last, in a structural sense, rather longer, but clearly they would evolve over time. We didn't expect them to remain in aspect for 60 years, we expected it to develop. It's obviously disappointing that after, almost less than 40 years, it's no longer occupied and is about to be demolished.
I think it'll be 2020 before there'll be anything built on here. Anything, 25, 30. I think I'll be worried.
We probably won't see it.
I think the bones will be stripped by then. We'll be pushing up daisies.
End of an era, isn't it? End of an era.
Pushing up daisies by then.
Let's just hope they don't move us out of this place before we kick the bucket. Oh no, I don't want to move again. No. Unless they redone Cheersley, I'd move back.
No.
Oh, I would.
No.
Well, I'd move back on my own then.